The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
TI Trust stands for True Integrity. One of our core values that we had for our staff was integrity.
We want to be seen as a very integrity-driven company.
We've been doing trust services as an organization since the 1950s. It's all based on what's in the best interest of the clients.
At the end of the day, it's about serving that client and getting to a result that they need.
Welcome to the TI Trust Business Spotlight. I'm Ron Kincher of Muddy River News. We have a very special guest today. It's Gary Boots with playground equipment, Playsmart equipment. And very well kept secret here in the community. I doubt people know that there is a very large playground equipment company here in town. So tell us a little bit about Playsmart.
So Going Bonkers, the old kids place out on 48th Street, used to have the largest Playsmart playground in the country. Mm-hmm. And in 2004, we had the opportunity to buy the company, so we did.
Where was it based out of at that point?
Sedalia, Missouri.
Okay.
And we still do some manufacturing there as well.
So what has been so that was the largest at that time, mm-hmm. And where are we now in terms of the growth, in terms of large playgrounds?
The company's really grown a lot since then, and we have our biggest playgrounds are actually down in Texas, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does. And your smallest one is in Rhode Island, I would have guessed, then, based on that theory.
Yeah.
So in terms of largeness of a playground, I mean, what are we talking? Do you measure it by square feet?
Usually by square footage, I would say. So like one in Texas might take up, 2,500 to 3,000 square feet of space. Okay,
and then how do you market the equipment? Who are your customers? I mean, obviously Bonkers was a customer. It's an indoor playground place. But
so family entertainment centers in general, skating rinks, churches. Actually, our largest customer right now is a furniture chain.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Living Spaces, and we're on playground number 10 with them right now.
So they've just put them in their stores for the kids to play
They put them in their
around?
store, drop the kids off, parents go shop, and it's been a great fit for us.
So it's very well received then, I guess, but they wouldn't be doing it that often. So what is the smart part of Playsmart?
So we're traditionally a little bit different than a McDonald's style playground. We don't do any tubes or tunnels. We keep it open so parents can see what their kids are doing. It's a interwoven seatbelt material platform.
Okay.
So we don't use tubes, anything like that. And so that's why we're Smart Play.
So, and you provide a variety of different types of playgrounds. I was on your website. I mean, you even have them for animals, for dogs and stuff along those lines.
Yeah.
How many of those do you do?
We've only done a couple of them, but just a lot of different uses, really. I mean, it's, kids with disabilities enjoy it. They can get in there. They can, traverse from one level to the next, and just a lot of different uses. So,
do you have do you do custom design, or is it all prepackaged?
I would say 90% of what we do is custom design for individual spaces.
So how's that work?
So typically we would go out, get some measurements done, look at HVAC, we've got certain limits that we have to stay under that. And we've got a CAD guy on staff, and he designs it, and then we just take it from there.
But it's a cooperative effort between you and the customer.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So are there intense insurance regulations and stuff like that need to be followed when you design a playground?
So we have a set of standards. It's by the ASTM, and we adhere to those standards and just take it from there.
And the ATSM is what? The American
Society of Time and Measurement, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that includes they have to be moored into a specific concrete. I mean, is it
so
that?
So you can't have some of the things that would apply to them are the steepness of a slide. So your slide has to have 8 feet of landing for basically every 16 feet of slide. Mm-hmm. So just things like that. You can't have any head entrapment issues or anything like that in a play structure.
So liability, I mean, how much liability is there on your side after you install the playground, I guess from an insurance standpoint? Or is it, I buy a playground, after it's installed, it's all my liability, or is any more left on you guys?
Typically, you're both liable. We keep a high level of insurance liability just in case something happens. But everything is a soft playground. Everything is padded. Everything is soft in general. So
it's smart.
We don't see a lot of injuries at all.
Okay, great. And then what is the maintenance situation? Do playgrounds come with warranties?
Yeah. So
Seriously?
we give a 3-year full warranty on everything. And, maintenance part of it, just keeping it clean.
But you have a lot of netting, right?
A lot of netting. Over time, 5 to 10 year period, you might have to replace some of that. But, nothing's going to hold up forever. So.
And another thing I thought was interesting is you have a building permit department within your organization. How do you guys fall into that area?
So what we basically have to do is we've got to go out and make sure that local codes and things like that are being adhered to. As far as some places we go in, they have to have a sprinkling system installed above it. So that's one of our deals that we do for them is we research all that before we install playground.
So you generally go on site before you guys do anything? Okay, is that you, or do you bring your CAD guy?
That's typically me or my CAD guy. We're a smaller company. We have 5 sewers, CAD guy, warehouse guy, and an install team.
You have 5 sewers.
Yeah. We're sewing webs, so that's what we do. We do all the manufacturing in Sedalia.
Okay.
And, like I was saying, you've got interwoven seatbelt material, so it's interwoven, and got a bunch of sewing machines, and that's what we do.
So how long have you purchased the company after you bought one basically for Bonkers? How long ago was that?
That was in 2004.
Okay. Has there been a lot of technology changes since 2004 in the playground arena?
I wouldn't say there's a lot of technology changes. We always try to add new events.
By event, what do you mean?
An event would be a swing, a slide, a kangaroo room, a rodeo rider room.
What's a kangaroo room? I'm assuming it has something to do with jumping, but
yeah. So it's a oversized floor that's suspended with bungee cord at the top and the bottom, and it's just kind of a jump room.
In a rodeo room?
Yeah, that's kind of a boat buoy type of thing that's suspended with bungee, and kids bounce on that.
Okay, and your age groups, I saw from 6 months on, basically?
Yeah, we basically will do anything from 2 to 12 is our market. So, older kids can play in there as well. We encourage adults to go in there. There's no weight limits, anything like that.
And you provide installation. I know you provide installation.
Yeah. So we do, we design, manufacture, and install. We're a turnkey company. We don't work with third parties or anything like that. So all of our equipment's made in the U.S.
So I wouldn't know about you guys, except I know you guys. And I know you guys from Bonkers and just friendships. But how do people find you? I mean, is there like a
So we have a website, Playsmart.com.
Right.
There's a couple big trade shows that we go to every year. Amusement Expo is one.
That just happened, right?
Actually, IAPA trade show is the one we just got back from.
Okay.
And that is a huge show in Orlando.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for 18 years now.
Okay.
And that's a great market to get out there and meet with prospective customers.
So the trade show market, and then your website, and then do you do any other marketing?
A lot of it is just word of mouth.
Is it really?
They'll see our playground somewhere. And so.
Do you have any overseas?
We do. We don't. That market is a little tough to tap into just because we have to ship everything over there, which gets to be expensive. And then trying to do the install over there is a little bit more expensive as well.
Sorry, go ahead.
But we do have, I would say in Europe we probably have 5 to 10 playgrounds.
Okay. Do you go to Europe and then install, or do you send directions for the installation to take place?
No, we have to install it.
You do?
Yeah. So it's just the uniqueness of our product that we have. We want to do the install part of it.
Is that for insurance purposes too?
Yeah, basically liability, because if you don't put it together correctly, there could be some issues.
So you go on site, do all the measurements, stuff like that, work with the customer to design, obviously put a quote together and then bid it, and then you bring the product out, install it, leave it, and then it's all theirs, right?
Right.
And then you also do, or do you do like some like workout sports type? I hate to call them playgrounds, but
yeah, we've done some things for some health, CrossFit places, fitness facilities, to where we try to do more climbing apparatus things, but that's kind of a smaller market.
it is. So primarily what you're doing is playgrounds for the age group you had just mentioned. Do you ever get requests for out of the box type things?
Yeah. The dog thing was a very unique request, but we kind of did that. And but yeah, we get people that want to do like a carnival type of thing and put it on the back of a big long trailer.
Oh, really?
And just move it from spot to spot. And honestly, it's we've done that one time, and I don't think it ever really worked out for the guy. But
Yeah, that must be kind of dangerous too, because he'd have to set
there's
it up.
a lot of liability involved in it. So
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
Is there
I
anything about
appreciate
so you've had continued growth since you purchased it?
Yeah.
How many playgrounds a year do you think you guys do?
we probably do on average, I would say somewhere between 20 and 30 playgrounds.
Okay, I wouldn't have guessed it was that many.
Yeah.
And the average cost of just
I would say our anywhere from 60 to 150,000.
all right.
But the obviously COVID was a very challenging time for us.
Right.
But we've come out of that great, and most of our competition comes from China.
Okay.
So it's for them to get the product here in a timely manner, not very good.
So how rewarding is it though to travel around and see your playground and see kids enjoying themselves on it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Coming off of this trade show this week, we probably had 20 to 30 kids in our playground from 10 in the morning till 6 at night.
Oh, so kids could attend the event?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a big show. So it was a big hit for the kids.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was great.
All right, Gary Boots, thanks for coming
Yep,
by.
appreciate it.
All right, this has been the Business Spotlight brought to you by TI Trust. I'm Ron Kincher, Gary Boots from Playsmart Playgrounds.
TI Trust stands for True Integrity. One of our core values that we had for our staff was integrity.
We want to be seen as a very integrity-driven company.
We've been doing trust services as an organization since the 1950s. It's all based on what's in the best interest of the clients.
At the end of the day, it's about serving that client and getting to a result that they need.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.